Hello, welcome to the William Street Swap Shop. The background behind me is dark today, but don't worry, we're not going to do anything scary. This will not be a nightmare for you. If anything, this will be one of the best days of your week. Everyone knows Wednesdays are always difficult to get through. You're halfway to the week, you're halfway getting home to going to that class that you're really excited about, and it's the weekend. Coming up soon. You just got to get through Thursday and Friday. Well, today I'm here to help you get through Wednesday. Today it's called Wonderful Wednesday. I'm by myself. Sometimes I prefer to just be left alone, and Matt goes off and does his own thing. I thought it would be great. Why not try and host a show by myself? It'll be fun, and I think it has been a great journey. I apologize if you're expecting to see Matt. If you're new to the show, Matt is never going to be able to do Wednesdays with us. He has prior obligations, and unless he gets out of his contract and some of his legal parameters, he will always be out on Wednesdays. If you see Matt out in the street in public, just give him a wave. He's around. He just is not with us in the swap shop. So unfortunately, we will not be looking at your items. We will maybe look down at them and give people an idea of what is in store. People have questions. We don't have a website yet. Where can we see all the items in the swap shop? Other than seeing it on our show, there is no place right now. I promise you we are working on that, and we will have it fixed soon, so that way when we're off, our swap shop is only open Monday to Friday, 1 to 2 p.m. And there it is. As you can see below me, these are a list of the items available. I will not be discussing them today because legally I'm not allowed to do so if Matt is not joining me next to me by my side. So I cannot talk about them. I can show them to you so you can watch at home and take notes, because there are a lot of items. I believe we went through the document that we keep, and there are about 200 that have been submitted since November. So take a look. If you see something you like, call us tomorrow on our show at 1 p.m. and we'll talk trading, swapping. Today we're going to swap stories, tips and tricks, ideas, thoughts, anything that comes to your mind. I'm here with you. You can call me. Just treat me like a smarter child, like an AOL chat wizard. You give me a call, I'll give you an answer. You can call me at 413-961-4263, or you can email me at williams.swap@gmail.com. I'm checking the email, so send an email. It can be anything. It can be a picture of yourself, how your day is going. It can be a picture of what you're looking forward to this weekend. It could be a screen grab to a concert you're excited to go to. You just got the confirmation on the tickets. It could be whatever you'd like to screen grab. Normally I'm joined by a guest, but today I'm flying solo. YOLO. You only live once, do it once. But I have the help of a friend. And I have the help of the wonderful crew that joins us every day. So I may defer to them sometime throughout the show and talk with them and make sure I'm doing okay and not violating any rules. But today I'm joined by a little friend. Oh, here's my friend. It's a basil plant. Its name is Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. You're a little sweetheart. Look, it's already getting dirt all over the table. I promised Jock I wouldn't do that, but I'll clean it up, I promise. Jock, do not get upset. This is Bonnie. She's a sweet basil plant. She needs a full sunlight, 6+ hours daily. This morning I brought her in, and one of these leaves, basil leaves, was not looking so good, so I put it in some sunlight and gave her some water, and she's standing straight up now. It's a sweet basil plant. Earth Day is coming up. Next Wednesday, we'll have a very big special for that. But I thought, what better way than to prepare for Earth Day than by talking about a plant. We won't just talk about this plant the whole time, and I'll get back to this shortly. As you can see, next to my plant, I have a glass of water that's not to drink. This is a dirty cup that I have not washed. It's been sitting in my office for months. I've not washed it. This is for my paintbrushes, because I'm going to paint. I love to do artwork. It's therapeutic. It gives you a great idea of where you're at in the world, a small perspective. Stop checking your phone and just start painting. And if you're joining me, I hope this is very relaxing for you. I know a lot of people have stressful days at work and at school, and all I ask is that you just tune in and just enjoy yourself. You can put me in another browser, open me up in Internet Explorer, then open up Mozilla, Firefox, or Chrome, and go browse, do what you gotta do. So, my paint bag. Let me move this over here just to get a better look. I have a cat. You may wonder, this is, as you can see, I keep my paints in here. It's an apple bag. It's what I used to put apples in. But I ate all the apples, now I put my paints in there, a lot of colors and paintbrushes. But if you can notice, my cat has chewed this bag up. Not sure why. I think my cat Champ, he doesn't like me painting and he doesn't like bags. I don't think he likes anything artistic, so he's just chewed right through this bag. But it's a testament to the bag, because the bag still holds the paints. His efforts to attack it are futile. He's just a silly cat, and this is produce of the United States of America. And what we're about to do is make a painting on this pot. You will see it here. Come in. Look at this pot. Has some dirt in it already. So I bought this pot over the weekend. I thought, I want to put a plant. I'm going to start growing herbs like Bonnie. I'm going to start putting them in my apartment, letting them get sun, so then when I'm ready to make some spaghetti, this is basil. I'll cut the basil up, toss it in my dish, and people will say, where'd you get this from? I'll say it's locally grown, and they'll say, where at? I'll say, my apartment upstairs. The sunlight is beaming through the window at it. It's giving it life. All I do is give it water. It doesn't want a little home like this. That's not decorated. No one wants a boring, decorated home. So today I'm going to paint this pot. I invite you to paint your items at home if you have any. If it's something a wall that is just plain solid white, give it a different color and paint it. So I'm going to paint that pot. I painted one already over the weekend, and I figured why not paint one more. With my bags of paint, we're going to get started shortly. Normally I interview a guest, but sometimes it's nice to just be by yourself. And today I am alone, and I intend to paint and work hard. I'm looking at the chat on adultswim.com/videos/streams, and everybody is in and they're ready to tune in. So if you have any questions or any stories, I'll read them out. You are all my friends, and I'm very happy to be here. And as you can see, I have enough paint in here, even some watercolors, and the cat will not destroy my paints. This is my paint tray. As you can see, I've been painting with it in the past. It's colorful. This is what I'll put my paints in today. Getting back to the basil plant. If you would like to know a little bit more about it, it's about 18 inches apart. You want to plant them in a container. This will grow to be about 24 inches to 30 inches. So that's about 2 feet to 2.5 feet. That's pretty big. This is just a little baby right now. We're going to plant you in a pot today. You're going to do a good job. I'm going to get you more soil because this is not enough to put in the pot. I've watered you. You're doing well, and I'm so proud to have you. I can't wait to give you a good home. And I hope you like my painting on the outside of your home and it's not embarrassing when I put you next to other plants. Thank you for being a part of the show today, Bonnie. Really can't wait to see what happens. It's always a pleasure to be with you and talk with you. You never judge me. Thank you. In case you're wondering how to plant, there's directions right here. It looks like first you drench it, then you prepare it, and then you plant water. So you gotta wet your pot before planting, recycle the wrapper, which is wrapped around this, dig a hole, and put it in the pot. Pretty easy, and the directions below it are in Italian, because all Italians like basil. Genovese, look, it's on a pizza. That's what you can do with this. Put it on a pizza. Everybody likes pizza. We need to be healthy. Okay. And for the folks in the chat right now who said I'm just preparing my own grow operation, I don't intend, I don't know what you mean by that. I do want to grow a lot of herbs. I have some cilantro, some rosemary, a lot of herbs at home. And that's it, nothing illegal. So I understand the joke, what I'm trying to grow, but I would never do that. Hello, welcome to the William Street Swap Shop. It's a wonderful Wednesday.
Hi there, Zach.
Hello.
Hi there. Wonderful Wednesday to you.
Thank you. How are you doing today?
I'm not going to answer that question. I don't like that question.
Oh, well, you don't have to answer it. That's okay. I'm doing great. I mean, I
That's
just feel
good.
like
I'm glad you're doing great.
Thank you. Well, if you're having a bad day, I'm glad that you're tuning in because it's about to get better.
That's cool. That's cool. I noticed you have the basil plant. Mia and Oh Hey XOXO were having a discussion about this a couple of days ago after watching Swap Shop. I've grown a lot of basil. I happen to be a basil expert.
Okay. Is it basil or basil?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's whatever you want it to be.
I always thought going down to Miami for art basil is just, it's art that people make with basil plants.
Well, I cook a lot of pesto. I love pesto, but you need a lot of basil or basil to make pesto. That little plant there would not be enough, you know.
Okay.
So you need to really help it grow like an idiot.
So how do you...
So I've got a few tips for you.
How do I make Bonnie? Yeah, let's hear the tips. I would love for some tips to be shared today.
First of all, they love their root space. You need a much bigger pot than that than you're putting them in. Huge pot. As much root space as they can possibly get. They love it.
So
it's because they love water, but they love oxygen as well to the roots. And getting the balance right can be hard. So you want to make sure you have lots of drainage in the roots and you keep watering them.
So how big of a pot would I need to get?
As big as you can go. They literally they love it.
So
yeah, they will thrive in a bigger pot.
So my only worry is if I get a really, really big pot, you see how this barely fits in there. I have to put more soil. If I get a really big pot that's this big, I have to put this in here and then fill it with, 10 times as much soil. Shouldn't I just let it grow for a bit in this pot and then maybe in a few weeks get a bigger pot when it starts to the roots start to grow?
Well, I've made that mistake where I've tried to gradually do the bigger pot thing, but then you end up forgetting and the plant suffers because of it. So I would recommend doing it straight from the beginning because it's just easier that way.
Really? Will the basil still grow if I grow it in this pot and then, or is it just...
Sure. But in like 2-3 weeks, it's going to want a bigger pot.
It's going to want a bigger pot. Well, I love the plant already, so I'm willing to invest that time and money, and I'll go to the local gardening store and I'll get a bigger pot. But I'll have to paint it again, so maybe after this pot is done, after I paint this, I'll trade it. We'll swap it on the show.
Yeah, that's cool. So my second tip is once it's got a little bit bigger, pinch the tops off the sprigs.
Pinch the tops? So you pinch the top?
You rip them off. For every one that you pinch off, it'll split into two.
Okay.
Basil responds well to punishment, really well.
It likes to be punished.
Every time you pull some leaves off, you don't want to take them all off, but you take the bigger ones off, and the smaller ones will start to grow super fast. You will notice it in a day or two.
What if you punish it by telling it bad things? Maybe not maybe not physically, but verbally punishing it.
I don't think that's going to cut it. You really got to hurt it,
Yeah, this is unacceptable. The behavior you've been doing, I'm very disappointed in you. If I tell it that...
when you damage it, basically it responds to survive.
Okay, so it's not just verbal. Go to your room. You're no dinner, no pizza tonight.
Go to your room, Bonnie.
Yes. So Bonnie, how do you make pesto with this? How do you go about doing that?
Well, pesto, there's lots of different pestos. You can sort of make it up, but the classic pesto is olive oil, basil, pine nuts, let me think, a bit of, usually you put like some cheese in it, but I never put cheese in because that way you can give it to vegetarians or vegans, so forget the cheese.
Okay, so then you mix it all together and you got pesto, and voila, presto, you got
olive oil, basil, dash of lemon, garlic, a little bit of garlic, and then you blend it all together with the pine nuts, roasted pine nuts. Put them in the pan and heat them up till they're brown. And it's delicious. So good. So good.
And that's what you do with your...
gold.
So how much basil would I be able to... Right now with my little plant, if it were to grow and get taller, it says it would get 2 feet tall. Would that be enough to maybe put on my spaghetti or pizza?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Definitely. You've got it. As it stands, too small. But leave it a couple of weeks and then take those big leaves off and just pinch the tops off the sprigs, and they will split into two. And as those split into two, you can do it again on each one, and they'll split into two again.
Okay.
And you can end up with a basil bush and you can put it in your garden, and it will be huge.
Okay. They like to be punished. Do you have one right now that you're growing?
I have a couple in my garden, yes.
Okay. And then what other herbs would you recommend? I have cilantro at home, I have oregano, and I have rosemary, I believe. And I have spearmint.
Cilantro.
Spearmint is just growing. I love to put it in
Cilantro
my
I
tea.
call coriander.
Coriander, okay. Parsley?
Parsley's great. You can make pesto out of parsley. Coriander, what I would suggest is don't grow it for the leaves, but grow it for the seeds. Flour it and get the seeds out of it, because fresh coriander seeds or cilantro seeds are absolutely incredible. Really, really tasty.
They sound delicious. I've never...
Yep.
Just imagine walking out to your garden and having a basil tree and pick it out, punish it, put it in your pizza, and you have a meal that night. And you didn't have to go to the store.
Tasty, tasty plants.
Yes. So you enjoy gardening.
No, I enjoy eating tasty food.
Okay. Well, and that's how you get tasty food, by making this plant. Do you have any other tips for me? And right now, if you'd like to add to my design, I'm starting. I don't know if you can see it. I'm going to paint over it, but I start with a pencil, and it's a submarine.
I'm sure you'll come up with a brilliant design, whatever you come up with.
Thank you.
My last tip was, they love sunshine, as much sunshine as they can get, but this also dries them out. So it's always a battle between water and light.
Okay. So right now it's a bit cruel. We're in a dark studio.
Yeah. Doesn't like it.
Okay, well, I will promise I will put it in light immediately after. It just needs to be punished for a minute.
Other things I'd suggest to grow is thyme. Thyme is very, very tasty.
It's about you need
tarragon as well.
I thought you were saying you need time to grow it. Patience.
No. The herb thyme.
Okay. Good.
Also, tarragon I love, and I would say rocket lettuce.
Rocket lettuce.
Rocket. Yeah. Really spicy, peppery. Used a lot in Italian cooking. Really, really good.
How do you know so much about cooking? You just like tasty foods?
Yeah, I just love tasty food, so I cook a lot.
Okay. Well, that sounds great. Thank you very much. This is the Alk. I didn't introduce you. I know you, but just in case you're new to the show and you're watching, the Alk is one of our favorite callers and fans. And
hi, everybody in chat.
He also is, now I didn't know this, but you're also a great, exceptional baker and herb grower.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your call. Do you have any other tips you'd like to give me, or tricks, or any stories?
No, I think that's all I've got. I'm cooking some food at the moment, so I should get back to that, really. Okay.
Well, thank you very much. And I hope your meal is delicious. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Bye.
Thank you. What a great caller and a great friend. Gives me the encouragement to continue with what I'm doing in life. Sometimes I go down this path and I wonder, am I doing the right things? What am I doing? Everything I'm doing is wrong. But then I snap out of it and I go about my day. And today I thought I could interview someone and talk about something they do at William Street here at Adult Swim. But let's talk about plants. Let's talk about art. Let's talk about time. Let's talk about patience. Let's just talk about each other. Let's talk about stories. Hello, welcome to the William Street Swap Shop. This is a wonderful Wednesday. You're on live. This is Zach. Matt is not with me today.
Hey, Zach. It's David from California.
Hey,
How's
David.
it going?
It's going well. How about yourself?
Pretty good. I'm just here to give you some further tips on how to treat basil past what the alchemist provided.
Okay, let's hear it. Thank you so much for calling in.
Yeah, no problem. So he said something about having to transplant it to a bigger pot so the roots would be happy. That's really not necessary. There's a technique called root pruning where you get a container that's like mesh, like a burlap sack, and it provides oxygen through the base of the plant, so it prunes the roots from bounding around the container.
So it's like fingernails growing long. You just keep your nails trimmed.
Exactly, and it's really healthy for the plant, and you don't need a bigger pot. It's really simple.
Well, that's great. So this pot would do even as it grows and gets big and bigger and bigger?
It would be fine, but I'm saying like something that's more breathable. not something that's like a solid material, like a cloth or fabric.
Okay.
Like a growing bag.
I see.
Is what they're usually called. So you could get something that size, and it could grow to its full size pretty easily.
And that's what you would recommend to use for, if I'm with basil. Is that with any herb, or is that just specifically basil?
Yeah, that's with any plant. That's with any plant.
And can you pick these up at a store, or?
Yeah, you might be able to. I usually get them off Amazon. They're pretty cheap.
Okay. So for now, though, this pot will do fine for a little while.
For a little while, yeah. Once it gets a little bit more mature.
How do you tell when it's time for it to go?
Because it might stop growing at one point because the roots kind of just lock up.
I see. So if it stops growing, will it still live? Will it still be alive? It just will stop, be stunted?
Yeah, but sometimes they do just kind of die.
Okay, and we don't want that. Plants are very important. Earth Day is coming up.
Exactly.
I love having them.
Little Bonnie anything?
Am I feeding Bonnie? No, I just gave Bonnie water. Should I feed Bonnie anything else?
Yeah, you need to give her food.
I need to give her food?
Yeah, if you want a big basil.
Okay, what food does she need? I didn't know plants needed food.
Yeah, yeah, they really do. What would I recommend? Seaweed extract, because there's really nothing bad in it, and you can't hurt your plant.
Okay. Seaweed extract.
Yeah, and then you just dilute it with water, and you feed it to any of your plants, and it's perfectly.
So plants are almost cannibals. They eat each other.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah. If you think about it, the forest, all the leaves fall down and refeed the plants.
Okay. So do you have any other tips or tricks that I could do, or for the viewers in this chat that might want to learn something about gardening? Is this okay to keep in my apartment? I keep it inside in my window. I have a window that gets a lot of light, but I don't want to put it outside because I don't want the neighborhood cats to get into it.
Just be a little careful, because the window could cause extra heat on the plant, and it could harm it. I'm not sure how hot it gets there.
It does get pretty hot. Right now it's not too bad, but in the summertime it will get into the 90s.
Yeah, that could kill the plant.
Okay, so then what do I do from there? Do I move it to another spot?
I would just recommend something that's like a little hardier, or yeah, to a different spot, as long as it's like indirect sunlight.
Okay, so move it just maybe a little further back.
Exactly.
That would make sense. Well, that's a great tip. Thank you so much for calling in and letting me know. Do you have any stories you'd like to talk about when you used to garden, or you still garden now?
I still garden. I just started a native garden, meaning like plants that grow around this region.
Okay. And where are you calling from?
Southern California.
Okay. So what kind of plants grow?
It's just like there's something called a manzanita. It has beautiful red bark. Toyon. It can cause birds to get drunk off the berries.
Ooh. How come birds get drunk? Can humans drink it?
Yeah, but I think it's just the way they digest the berries.
Oh, okay. I understand. The birds are getting lit, is what people will say.
Exactly. And then they kind of walk into the street and get ran over by cars.
Oh, no. Well, it happens. And unfortunately, birds are smaller than us and they get affected by that. But hopefully they don't die just from having a good time. So hopefully we can do better and raise them better. So I'm making a submarine on my potted plant. I don't know if you're a fan of the aquatic, but it's a submarine. It's looking for gold, treasure, buried treasure. There's an old pirate ship. And then I think the rest I'm just going to paint blue. Paint it blue like it's under the sea. And then up here at the top around the base, it's going to be a little lighter blue, like it's the sky from the ocean and it's looking up. And I might put a little something up at the top, a dolphin maybe.
You should put Dottie on there.
Well, that's not a bad idea as a tribute.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Celebrate her life.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I think that the best way to celebrate life is to grow new life, like this basil plant. And is it basil or basil? What's the official?
We call it basil in America, but I'm sure
Okay, Basil for the
Basil.
UK. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your call, and I really appreciate you watching and giving me some words of advice and wisdom.
Yeah, I just want you to have a nice, happy garden.
Thank you very much.
All right, have a nice day,
All
Zach.
right, you too. Thank you very much. That was a nice caller. A friend. I'm going to make this basic. I have a yellow and a brown, and I'm going to put in a nice blue. Something under the sea. And if you look, my glass right now looks delicious. It looks like an orange juice. But don't drink it, it's paint. This is going to be a map. It's going to be like National Treasure. I didn't want to give it away, but I feel the need to tell it. You will find out in a few years. They'll say back when Zach did the Swap Shop episode 72, when he didn't interview anyone, but just talked to the viewers and painted a pot for his herb. He actually painted a map underneath it. And that's where all of Zach's money and value is. But you won't find it unless you find the pot. That'll be a movie I'll pitch with Nicolas Cage. Try and have a meeting. Always have creative ideas is what I think. And this is how I get creative ideas. I paint. I don't think about the idea too much. I just spend time by myself. And that's what I'm doing today, spending time alone. Almost like I'm in timeout. Did I do anything wrong to deserve this? No, but I like it. I like being alone sometimes. I like painting and spending time with just my plants and my paints. So right now I'm painting in the ocean. This is a submarine. I noticed someone in the chat said it was something else, and I'm not going to address what they said it was, but it's a submarine. It's exploring the depths of the ocean. I'm pretending the bottom of the plant is an ocean. We obviously know it's not true. This is not a real submarine in the roots of the plant, but just pretend it is and go along with me. It's looking for the Titanic. It's looking for whatever you want it to be looking for. It's looking for you if you're lost at sea or if you're lost in life and you need advice. I can give you advice. I can talk while I paint. So give me a call. 413-961-4263. I really have enjoyed the advice that was just given to me by David and the ALK. I am not that great at gardening. I'll admit it. It takes a strong person to admit their weaknesses and faults. I'm more better at swapping, outdoor sports, but I'm getting the hang of gardening. And I think the best thing for this plant right now is to have a little home that it can be proud of. I also have important news to announce today that we will be expanding our family in the Swap Shop. I don't want to give too much away, but next week, maybe Monday, maybe Tuesday, it might not be until Wednesday, we'll have a new family member we'll be introducing.
Call from.
And just get excited for that. I have to tease that. Hello, welcome to the William Street Swap Shop. You're on Live with
Hello?
Zach. It's a wonderful Wednesday. Hello.
Hello, Zach.
Hi, this is Zach.
Hi, this is Noah.
Noah, what's going on? Is this Noah from yesterday or is this a new Noah?
This is Noah from yesterday.
Okay. How are you doing today, Noah?
I'm okay. A little,
Something going on?
I'm alright. Well, yesterday I had a very stressful day, but...
You did yesterday or today?
Yesterday. Why is there so much
no.
reverb on the phone?
That's just the way our phones work.
Oh, no, it's gone.
Oh, good. So
you
got
got out of that big hallway.
Yeah, our phones, we've upgraded them to the new OS system, and they've just been wonky. That's a tech term people have used ever since. So you had a stressful day yesterday. What was wrong?
Yeah. Somebody stole my identity, and now I owe a bunch of taxes, apparently.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So how did they...
But that's a whole to-do.
Did you resolve it, or is it in the process of being
No,
resolved?
it's still in the process of being resolved, and I have to go to the police and all that stuff.
Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, thank you.
Well, it wasn't me I didn't take your identity.
Are you sure? Yeah. I mean, I can't rule it out.
No, it was not me. I would never take anyone's identity. I'm proud with my own identity.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
Be proud of you.
And you should be proud of yourself too, even if it's, that happened, but you'll move on. It'll be fine. Things will work itself out.
Somebody wanted to be me.
Yeah,
somebody really wanted to be me.
That's very flattering.
Yeah.
Something to think about, if you ever have a bad day again, just be like, well, that one time someone wanted to be me.
Mm-hmm.
So what brings you to the swap shop today? Are you having a wonderful Wednesday besides your identity being taken?
Well, Loomis is saying in chat that if you paint a chest, Bonnie's gonna die.
If I paint the pot, Bonnie will die?
If you paint a chest on the pot.
Oh,
like a chest of treasure.
I see. Bonnie. So I shouldn't do that, or should?
I don't know.
I don't think I should do that with Bonnie. I care a lot about Bonnie. I don't want Bonnie to pass.
Yeah.
And I just finished painting the whole base. As you can see, there's the submarine. I just need to go in and paint the windows to the sub. I'm going to make those.
The yellow submarine too, I see.
That's right. It's a reference to a popular song.
Yeah. In a movie, I think too, right?
That's right. We all live in a yellow submarine. Everybody knows the song, but why not turn it into a potted plant?
I've never actually heard the song or seen the movie.
Really?
Now that I think about it.
It's a Doors song.
Isn't it?
Yes. So now I'm painting the windows. They're purple. The submarine, I apologize if you have a delay in your broadcast, but inside this submarine, it's a purple sub. What's your favorite sub? Not a sandwich? The submarine, that's mine. Take me on a sub, put me underneath the water. I want to go explore places. Did you know a lot of the water is unexplored? It's like 75% of water has not been explored. In case you didn't know that, you or anybody in the chat.
Are you an oceanographer? Is that?
Well, I enjoy watching things about the oceans, and I always am wondering what has not been explored, what is something that I could explore, and the ocean is one of them. A lot of people want to go to space. Lance Bass said he wanted to go to space. They paid for him to go up there. I want to go to the ocean.
You're kind of a sea creature.
Yes. There's so many things unexplored down in the ocean. I'm almost done with painting everything on this. Do you have anything I should add to the top, the surface, where this periscope is looking out at?
Like maybe an orca?
Oh, pardon me, sorry?
An orca?
An orca, okay, like a big whale.
Like a free willy.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. I'll add it in.
Or maybe some birds.
Little birdies just
flying.
Yeah, some birds swimming by. Are they swimming or flying?
Well, like the top rim of the pot could be like above the ocean.
Okay, yes. So they're flying, looking for food.
Yeah, about to dive into the sea, swooping in.
Right, and this is Blackbeard's ship I'm painting. The mast is still intact. Never forget when it went down in that tragic accident.
Rip Blackbeard.
That's right. Well, thank you for letting me know not to draw a chest, paint a chest, because I was thinking about doing it, and now I do not want to do it because I'm afraid it would cause death to Bonnie. And Bonnie's a good plant.
Mm-hmm. Bonnie's very pretty.
Well, thank you. Bonnie, did you hear that? You're a beautiful plant.
I'd take her out on a date.
Ooh.
I'd introduce her to my parents.
Good. Bonnie is a good source of energy. If you have plants in your home, it makes your stress levels go down. So maybe that's something you could consider.
Yeah. I'm thinking about getting a mantis as a pet, actually.
Okay. Those are beautiful. They have long, big legs. If they have a big leg, that means they're wise.
Is that true?
Yes. Look it up on Wikipedia.
All right. Gonna do that right now.
Okay. And I'm going to keep painting, but I appreciate the call, Noah, and I thank you for always tuning in and being a fan of the show, and I hope you enjoy yourself, not only for the rest of the duration of this show, but for the rest of the day, and you get your identity crisis resolved.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for calling in.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye. I think I'm going to paint the top like a sunset. So I'm going to mix some red, maybe make it like a purple sunset at the top. It's going down on the captain's deck. It's time to go below the ocean. The sun is setting. The day is ending. Our show is almost done. We don't have much time left. We have about 10 minutes. So if you'd like to give me a call at 413-961-4263. Let me know if you enjoy me not having a guest. I can bring more guests on. I have a lot of friends here at William Street. I'm working on bringing more on. But I also just enjoy being alone sometimes. So I thank you for allowing me to be alone. So this sunset, if you've ever seen a sunset, where you look outside and it just looks like everything, it's just beautiful. It's just almost bleeding. The sun is just on fire. That's what I'm trying to go for right now by painting this. And I think it reads. It's a nice sunset. Maybe even mix in a little bit of that. Yeah, that's good. I sometimes get caught up in my own world that I forget I'm doing a show. Now I say thank you for calling in, and thank you, hello, welcome to the show. I say that, but I never truly understand what it means to just do your own thing. And I am grateful that others will watch it. I had to remove my gloves. I didn't want to get my gloves damaged, but I'm now risking getting calluses on my hands from the pot. If you have any tips on painting pots with using gloves without getting them dirty, I'm all ears. But if I get these leather gloves dirty, Matt will never forgive me. They were his idea. He spent a lot of money out of his own personal pocket. And if I came into work tomorrow with my gloves scratched up with paint on them, I think he would flip out. One thing Matt doesn't do a lot, but he has a lot of anger issues on the show. And I think doing the show helps him resolve those. It keeps my thoughts at bay. It keeps me sane. Well, thank you for the compliment. Hot Saucerman says as much as they are enjoying me being solo, they enjoy having guests. They say I'm a great interviewer. Well, thank you very much. I'll have a guest on next week. There'll be a doozy for Earth Day. Next Wednesday is Earth Day. What are you doing for Earth Day? Do you have any plans? Are you celebrating it? I like to spend my Earth Day outside all day. I don't intend to go to sleep in a bed indoors. I plan to sleep outside under the stars. You can find me at the park in a hammock, and that's where I'll stay. Well, I think this is more or less almost done. Oh, they say turn the pot upside down and hold it from the bottom. But then I have paint on I'll get paint on the table and on my hands if I do that. There's the shipwreck. And the submarine just looking up. There's its motor, its tail, and it keeps going. It's a nice sub. Maybe next pot I'll draw a foot-long submarine and make it a foot long once the Basil gets big enough. Could you imagine that, having a foot-long sub on a foot of a plant? Maybe this measures out to be a foot. I don't know. It looks like it could be close. And then what I'll do is, I don't think the paint is too toxic, but I'll put Bonnie right in there. Bonnie enjoys it. It looks good. I'm going to let the paint dry on the sunset at the top. And then I'm going to put maybe some birds, as Noah suggested, something that this periscope is looking at. Maybe just a dolphin. Hello, welcome to the William Street Swap Shop. You're on live. This is Zach, and it's a wonderful Wednesday.
It is a wonderful Wednesday indeed. And all I want to say is that is one of the most beautiful paintings on a pot that I have ever seen
Oh, thank you.
in my pot viewing days.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much for the compliment. What's
You're welcome.
Do you like to grow herbs?
No, I actually just enjoy pots, potted, plants, ceramics.
They keep things interesting.
It's probably one of my most favorite things to do.
Well, that's great. Right now I'm thinking about putting a dolphin swimming at the top. But I don't trace it out, so I don't know how good it will look.
Water humans. Yes.
Water humans?
Yeah.
That's what dolphins
Water
are?
humans. That's what my mom used to tell me. I was homeschooled as a child. She didn't let me go out very much.
Okay.
But
do you find that
I
helped
like
you in the future? In your
I
future?
think it's my way of looking at life. It's weird.
It's okay. Sometimes there's benefits, pros and cons to everything.
Yes. I will have to go now, but I just want to say nice spot.
Thank you very much for the compliment. I hope you have a great day.
You too.
Thank you. I think that was Decree. This is Decree, right? I think it was Decree, a regular viewer as well to the show. Busy, and I understand. We're a bit busy here. That's why everybody, sometimes I say, hey, can you do the interview today? And they said, they laugh. No. Okay. Maybe next week? Yeah, sure, next week. All right, thank you. So there it is. That's a sea creature. Use your own imagination to figure out what it is. It's looking into the periscope. It's almost saying, hey, take me with you. Don't look at that shipwreck down there. Come with me. I'm going to finish it off with little bubbles underneath the surface. And we will be wrapping it up after that. If you have any stories, any memories about a garden, we can talk about that. We can talk about art. We can talk about your identity. Whatever you'd like to talk about and discuss. It's all open on the shop. We swap more than just items. As you can see, there are items at the bottom, so hopefully you're getting a good look. And you'll be able to call in and make some offers. Hello, welcome to the William Street Swap Shop. It's a wonderful Wednesday.
Yeah. This is Bezzy.
Hi, Bezzy.
Don't forget to sign the name of Matt.
Sign my name, Matt? Or
yeah.
That's not a bad idea. Where would I put it? It will be too hard to read. Maybe I'll put it underneath it, like Toy Story, Andy's toy.
You could, or around the room somewhere.
You want me to sign Matt?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in memory of Matt, because Matt is not here.
I know. We miss him so much.
Matt.
Other than that, that's it.
That's it? That's set to go?
Mm-hmm.
There's Matt. Maybe make that a little bit more easier to read. How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm hungry.
Have you thought about making some pasta with some basil?
Basil? Oh, I used basil this morning when I made my pancakes.
How was it?
Tasty.
Good. I'm just going to set this. Now I don't want to get our table ruined, so I'm just going to set it on top of my cat bag. Let that dry. I'm all done with it, and we have a few minutes to spare. That's a pot for my basil plant. It'll go right in there like that. I'll put some more soil in, and then when people come over, not only will they get a well-treated fed meal, they'll also think it's kind of cute. I made a big mess though.
It's okay. You tried.
Do you have any stories you'd like to swap real quick before we end our show?
No, but I'd like to end with a quote.
Okay, let's hear the quote.
Well, the quote is Buddha, and he once said, a wise man once said nothing.
That's right. Sometimes I would like to counter. Can I counter with another quote?
Sure, go ahead.
There's 2 quotes, actually. One by FDR, it's speak softly but carry a big stick. So don't ever talk bad about people, just speak soft, be nice, but let them know. I got a big stick if you mess with me. And the second quote is by Mark Twain. He says it's better to be quiet and let everyone think you're an idiot than to speak and prove that you are one.
Beautiful.
I don't know if he used the word idiot, but I feel like people have called me an idiot before. So sometimes I'm quiet, I don't say anything, and I let them think maybe he's not really smart. But then if I talk, they'll say, yeah, he's not really that intelligent. So I can stay quiet.
That's actually good, though. It shows good character.
Thank you. And, I think that's what this show is all about, and that's what you are all about, is character. So I appreciate you calling in.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the call. And thank you for watching. So there's a lot of questions in the chat. Is this pot going to cost less than $10,000? Because if so, I might stick around to buy it. Unfortunately, this pot is not for sale. It's for me, my own personal use. Me and Bonnie, we will be together to plant it at home. I'll make basil, and maybe I'll revisit. You'll see I'll do a recipe of me taking the basil out of the pot and putting it into the pan. I'm sorry, Bonnie, but you'll just have to go. Otherwise, I thank you for tuning in, as always, for the William Street Swap Shop. It's a wonderful Wednesday, and I don't want your Wednesday to end right now. It's 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific Time, 12 p.m. Mountain Time, and 1 p.m. Central Time. So go out and do something fun, enjoy your Wednesday, and have a great rest of your afternoon. Bye-bye.